All right, third graders, we just spent some time on the board working with bubble letters and some tricks on how to create bubble letters. So now that you have your papers, in just a minute you're going to get your papers, we're going to fold them in half like a big book. So one crease there. And we're going to fold them in half again so that we have a shape that looks like a birthday card. Two folds. I'm going to open them up and I should have four different rectangles to start with for my letters. So first letter of love is that L shape. So in pencil I'm trying to draw the biggest L I can to fill this box. I'm going to draw a little L next to it and I'm going to connect them. For the O, I could have a heart, I could have an O, I could have a heart in my O, and a V. Some kids have chose to turn this into a heart as well, just by making that loop. I'm going to just stick with a regular V and a little V inside of it, and I'm going to connect them. And the trickiest of our block letters today is the E. So I like to start with almost a finished rectangle, I suppose you could say. I'm going to turn that into a big rectangle, straight down little rectangle, straight down bigger rectangle. So I've got my word love. Now I have my plate with red and white and black, and I'm ready to start my monochromatic painting. So what I have found is that if you can paint the letters first, they will dry and then you can paint the background. I tell kids it is best to start with actual red. The reason being is you're going to do a lot of mixing and you might never get the red back. So one spot I'm going to paint with the true color red. I am noticing that this brush is a little bit wobbly and big. So I'm going to give you a couple of different brushes and you can choose what you prefer to use. My brush has red on it. I'm not even going to wash it off. I'm going to bring it over to the white. I'm not going to mix the whole pile of white. I'm going to mix just part of it. And I get a really nice pink color. Not too light, not too dark. I use just a little bit of the white. So now I'm going to pick another letter. So I'm doing the O. And I am trying to fill in all of that space except the heart shape. So if you notice, I should have a littler brush. I would have painted that a little bit nicer. I've gone out of the lines a little bit. Not a big deal, because we're going to paint that background as well. Alright, I still have pink on here. I'm going to see if I can get a lighter pink. So I'm actually going to take a big scoop of white, put it in the middle here, and I have a different value. It's a little bit lighter tint of pink, and I'm going to paint something else. Maybe I'll go with my E. Yep, that definitely looks lighter on my paper. So every spot that I'm painting today, I want it to look like a different value. Okay, I'm ready to do a little bit darker of a value, so I'm going to put a little bit of black. And by a little bit, tiny little dot. Now I'm going to bring it to an area I've mixed. I have a really different looking pink. I kind of want a little redder. Cool. Maybe a little more black. So you get to be your own scientist today, experimenting and mixing new colors of red. Awesome. So again, I'm going to finish up my letters. So I've got my L left. At this point, what I have left to paint are the background spots. So again, mixing a new color. If you're doing the math, we have 4 boxes. And inside each box, we should have 2 different kinds of red. So 4 plus 4 is a total of 8 different values. So what I'm doing with this outside negative space is I am making myself like an outline border so I know where I have to paint, trying to keep my lines around my letters really nice and even, and getting rid of all the white. So I'm going to continue, and when I come back I'll be almost finished.